All right, gents, we're in for a treat. We've got the main man, Mr. Danny Shorten, on the Zoom. He's very kindly, he's a busy man. He's given up 15, 20 minutes of his time to talk about his results in the fat loss code. He's just finished, I think it was a week or two ago, the first 12 weeks together. Danny, how did you get on, my man?
Really, really well. I'm really surprised by how easy it was to get into and how the weight came off, which is the goal, obviously.
Which is the goal. So tell me, how much have you lost in the first 12 weeks?
At the last weigh-in, I was 31.4 pounds down from where I started, which is
You pleased with that?
More than we were targeting, to be fair. So that's very, very happy. Yeah.
So it was more than you'd hoped, more than you thought we would achieve, right?
Yeah, I think we were thinking 20 to 25 would be achievable, and we smashed them. So, I do think this is actually not the end; it's the start again of something better. But no, I couldn't be happier, mate. I couldn't be happier.
Awesome. And look, and you won't mind me saying this, you started off quite heavy and we've still got a lot of work to do, right? So just tell everyone, to give me, and we're going for another 6 months, which is awesome. We're going to crack another load of weight. Just to give it for context, just give everyone the starting weight and where you are now.
Well, I was, I think just shy of 23 and a bit stone. And now I'm just under 21, so I've just smashed the first bit. I'm 6 foot, a broad lad, rugby type, as you might say. So I carry it well, but I'm still 30 years worth of self-abuse behind me. It's going to take a while to shift it,
Well, it's I always say, you've put a lot of time and effort into putting that weight on. It's a lot of food. It's a lot of as you said, a lot of abuse over the time, and it's going to take time to. And as you know, it's the mechanics of what we do are actually very, very simple, but it's the mindset is the tricky part, isn't it? So that's what we're really focusing on. But just tell everyone, because weight on the scale is one thing, but that's not really the goal. It's how you feel, energy, how you operate. So just tell everyone how you were feeling, around about the 330 mark to how you are around about the 300, the difference.
Well, I mean, energy levels are considerably better. Mobility is significantly improved. My mental health is significantly better. My attitude to life generally is significantly better.
Awesome.
I'd say I've still got a way to go, but I don't see this as a diet anymore. I see this more as just a way of life. And so I've got off one track, I'm onto another one, and the one I'm on has got a brighter future than the one I was on before. So I'm good. I'm good to go.
No, I'm so pleased for you. I'm really, really pleased. And the big thing is, and I talk about this all the time, as you know, in the group, when someone's got a lot of weight to lose, when they go over 20 stone, and you'll know this to be true, it becomes more than just eating less. It's a mental health battle. As you know, the confidence takes a knock, self-esteem takes a knock. Your self-image you've been there so long. It's very, very hard to get around that mentally. So we're really going to focus on that. And I'm so pleased that you've actually took the first step, because I speak to probably 5 to 7 people every single week. And as you know, sometimes 1 or 2 will come in.
Yeah.
Sometimes nothing for 2 or 3 weeks, but it's not for not having the conversations. And so many people don't come into the program because they're scared. Maybe they don't trust me to a certain extent. Maybe they don't trust the process, but very often is they don't trust themselves, as in they've tried so many things before, and because they've never worked, it's like, why would this be any different? And I'm sure you probably felt some of that yourself, didn't you?
Well, absolutely. And the thing that I find, if you like, above everything that I've gone through in order to get myself on this road, is that I've always known how to lose weight. I mean, it is really child's play how to lose weight. It's the simplest thing ever. The hardest thing is actually staying focused and not adopting habits which have led you to where you are now. And that change in behavior is actually something you've got to do over a period of time. You've got to have the right guidance, and you've got to have the right people around you, and you've got to have that continual motivation, because I like doing things new, but after a while it becomes same.
Yeah.
So you've got to keep refreshing, you've got to keep resetting, and that's a mindset which is tricky. So I've lost weight in the past, put it straight back on again. Not as much as this, admittedly, but I've my weight loss been a sawtooth for about 12
Yeah.
years now, and I know the reason is because what I was doing was just not sustainable. Whereas what
That's
we've
it.
done, and for me as a potentially addictive personality, having nothing off the table is a game changer, an absolute game changer. If you eat mindfully and remember what you had for breakfast before you decide what you're having for tea, and I mean we use a fitness tracker and that sort of stuff to sort of keep the numbers together, then you can't go wrong. And if you plan to fail, but plan to fix it the day after,
Yeah.
everything's good. So
Look,
there's nothing I can't have, and I
it.
don't have any cravings as a result of it.
No, it's so good. And look, I genuinely, this when we have a conversation like this, I genuinely love what I do because I know how it is to feel when you're in shape, and I love seeing the transformation physically and mentally. And this is just stage one for you, my man. We've got lots to do, and I know that you're going to achieve this. But there's different elements of the program. What would be the one thing that stood out for you over this first sort of 90 days? What's been the one thing that's giving you that motivation, that drive to stick with it?
Well, apart from the counting and the sort of basics of the process, the group chat on a Monday night and the WhatsApp banter throughout the week
Yeah,
is it makes you feel part of something. And I mean, I take yourself, for instance. You're a very good motivational speaker, but you're the sort of guy I would have avoided in the past because you're obviously fit. You're obviously a gym goer. I didn't see myself like that now, and I don't think I'll ever be a gym bunny, to be fair. But I I felt welcome. I felt part of it. My needs are my needs, not yours. They're my needs, and I've focused on the bit that was relevant to me, and you've helped me broaden that view. So I'm actually
yeah,
doing stuff I wouldn't have done before. So that that
awesome.
that sort of inclusivity and diversity within the group, if you like, has been really good.
You saying that, Danny, it makes me very happy, genuinely, because I go out my way, and I totally understand that when someone has got a lot of weight to lose, they see a guy like me. It could be like the typical arsehole that pumps himself up in the gym and has got no empathy for someone that has struggled. And I absolutely go out my way to make sure everyone is included. So it does actually make me feel very happy you said
And
that. And I
I can
genuinely mean
testify.
that, my man.
I
Yeah, I
can
genuinely
testify
mean
to
that.
that. That's my
Yeah, and,
experience.
and
Yeah.
that's why we're in for another six months together. We're going to smash this. But if you if some of the guys that are watching this, hopefully there'll be a few gents that are on the sort of the fence. What would you say to them to potentially get them to move in maybe the right direction, as opposed to saying no to the program? What would be the one thing you would say, one piece of advice for them?
Well, if you want to be successful, join, because I didn't realize I needed that group around me because I knew what to do. You know, the mechanics of it, as you've said, it's the first 10
Yeah,
minutes of the relationship. It's done, but it's actually embedding it and rinse and recycle and repeat.
that's
So
it.
I
So
would
it's the
say I would say
accountability, isn't it?
yeah, and I've tripped up many times, and I'll continue to trip up in the future. But I trip down, I get up again, and that's something that's new for me. Because before I trip up, and then I'll trip up a bit more, then suddenly I realise I'm 6 weeks and I haven't stood up again. Whereas now I'd fall down, I get up again every day. So that's what I was reluctant initially because clearly there's a financial obligation, but actually in terms of value, I think it's probably the most efficient bit of money spending I've done in a long time. In terms of what
Oh,
I'm getting out of it, I mean, you know what I mean. And I ain't got big deep
no.
pockets. I've got fairly moderate pockets by many, but it was a good investment, and it's an investment that I'm going to reap the rewards of for a long time, I think.
Good, mate. It actually really makes me very happy to hear that, Danny. And look, it's been absolute joy having you for the next 12 weeks. Unfortunately, you've got me for another 6 months. And we're going
There's
to
always
take things to another level. We're going
there's
to
a
take things to
downside.
another.
There's a downside to every cloud, isn't there? You know.
No, mate, I'm so good that it's always been a worry when someone has got a lot of weight to lose that they feel excluded, and I've gone out my way to make sure that doesn't happen to anyone. So I really genuinely appreciate what kind words you've said, guys. If you're watching this, hopefully you are, and you're not sure about what to do, let's book a call. It started with a 15-minute call 3 or 4 months ago for me and Danny. Go to gavgillibrand.com/book a call, all one word, book a call. We'll grab 15 minutes together. I will show you exactly what I do with Danny and all the guys. And here's what will happen. You probably won't believe me, and you won't even go and do what I tell you to do. But if you actually follow what I show you in that first 15-minute call, you're going to get some great results. Now, if you need a bit further assistance, we can look at what that looks like. So book a call, guys. It's worth the chat. Won't cost you anything, but you're going to gain a hell of a lot. Danny, my man, I'm excited for the next 6 months. Thank you for everything. We shall speak very soon. Take care.
Cheers, buddy.